Okay. Close that window. How's it going? It's been a while. So, I have a couple things to talk about here. That's why I'm pulling up the camera. So, let's update you my vape collection, vape stuff. So first off, my Aspire Spryte. I had an Aspire Spryte, which is a salt mix slash what they post as a regular juice, free-based juice device. And so that thing, okay, the coils, you get 5 for $10. I was killing coils left and right. You get a good 2-3 days of flavor, and it just tastes like muted and then burnt, and then you need to throw it out. So it started turning on and off by itself and then ghost firing, so I said fuck that, threw it out. Bought this little jammy here, the Lost Ape Orion DNA Go. I believe the hype. It's like, everybody's saying good things about it. This is probably your best salt nick that you're ever gonna find. The pods, it seems like you can't kill them, even if you try. Certain juices start tasting, I'd say there's one company, Bad Drip. I've saw some stuff online, and I've also heard some stuff through my other vape friends. Bad Drip sometimes makes your coils taste, your vape tastes a little weird, like it starts to go away and you start just tasting like cotton. I don't understand, but yeah. So right now I have Red's Apple E-Juiced Iced. Actually, I have it in replay mode, but, or I have it off. Nope, there it is. I keep mine on low. Puts out enough smoke and nicotine that I get my fix and I don't have to hit it too many times. Airflow wide open. 45 milligrams. Awesome. But yeah, it's got replay mode. My DNA does not work with auto e-scribe, whatever it's called. My e-scribe does not work with this currently, but I'm also working off a old as fuck computer, so that does not help. I imagine. So never did e-scribe until this. Got the program, got everything from Evolve, and it just didn't work. It wouldn't read this as a USB, which I'm going to guess is because the computer is old as fuck. So other than that, I've been using the presets, and I saw some people are saying that the presets don't work as well as going through and actually putting in your own shit. And I don't know, I'm techie, but not that techie to care. Like it is what it is. I do have access to other computers, and I'm just like, I like the presets. It puts out enough vape that I don't, feel like I'm not getting what my body wants. And it's just it is what it is. I just enjoy the preset of low, actually. I did try replay mode. It extended my battery life out from what I was doing, charging every 3 days at heavy use. It's a 950 milliamp hour battery, so you get that extra push of juice power that you don't with most other pod systems. Most of your other pod systems don't have 950s. They have like 600s or 700s, 800s. So this at 950 and having replay mode, it's supposed to, like, if you like that hit, it's supposed to try to recreate it as best as you can. Save battery life. I have not, but the other thing it boasts is burn out in pod, and so I was kind of risky, and I let it go all the way down to nothing, absolutely nothing actually, and still got good flavor, no burnt hits, It just lowers your volts, so that way you don't burn it out. Right now I'm rocking an older device combo. I have my Vape switcher and Apocalypse RDA. So with some of this shit, I got someone behind me. Looks okay. Cornbread pudding. They're probably like, what the fuck's this guy doing? But fuck them. So anyway, I just driving of a decent, 30-minute drive. I'm like, well, been a while. Another update. So, getting busy and stuff and doing stuff and forgetting to charge your batteries, sometimes happens. Now, I fell into some money a couple years ago and bought a 6-slot eFest universal charger with the option for 2 amp charging, which is amazing. That's, as Rip Trippers would say, that's something, if I lost it or broke it, would I go out and buy another one? Fucking hell yeah, because those very, very useful for vaping. You got your 18650, 2700, 21700. There's a couple other ones. I think there's like many 18650s. I can't remember what their name is. Everything fits in there. It's all spring loaded. But anyway, so charging all my batteries, and I have my Rx300. Now I haven't touched my Rx300 in 2 years. Well, used I used it on a vacation last year for a couple days, so I guess I did use it. But I'll have to put this in the description. It's also going to be a mini RX review. Rx300s. I owned a 200, the original 203 battery device. Loved it, but it just I dropped it a couple times. It started getting banged up, and I just didn't want it anymore, more or less because of the battery doors banged up, and I was kind of over it, so I gave it to a friend. But I had an Rx300 at this point too. Well, I still do. It's kind of a confusing story now. So let's put it this way. I had the Rx300. It's still in my possession. When the first one I owned, the ohm reader went all haywire after I did a firmware update. It was reading doubles. So if it was a 0.15, it was reading as but even 3. And I didn't pay attention and burned a hole in a TFV8 coil, which back then they were like $7 a piece. So it was in my tank for a day, and it burned a hole in it. After I didn't charge batteries, and I flipped it over to an Rx300, my Rx300, and it fucking burned right through it. So I contact Wismec. They tell me to take it back to the seller, and I was like, well, in America we can't do that because of the FDA. And they got back to me. Mind you, I'm talking to China. So as talking to China means for America is that you're 24 hours essentially behind them for their business hours. So I'd get messages at like midnight or 1 a.m. and it's really like they're 1 p.m. or noon. So anyway, so then fast forward, I get contact with them. They're going to send me a new one. I have to send my old one to California. So I sent my old one to California. I get a brand new one. So I used it for about a week, maybe, and it just got bulky in my pocket. So I put it down. Last summer I went on vacation, and it was going to be a drive, so I brought it with me. Lasted everything. So then this morning I go to use it, and it's been about 8 months, and I'm like, I need batteries, I'll do this. So put on a device that I know on all my other devices reads as a 0.19. It's actually this Apocalypse right here. I have 2 coils in it that add up to be a 0.19 after you cut the resistance in half. So I go to put it on, and it's reading as a 0.31. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So not only is it reading semi-double, it's actually bumping it up an ohm. So I'm like, okay, so how much difference is that in volts? Because your big thing with that kind of stuff is your volts. If your volts are way too fucking high, you're going to do what I did with the other RX. Because the ohms on your... Yeah, this sucks. Yeah, no. The ohms on your coil in a regulated device, the chipset is supposed to adjust the volts for what wattage you want. So this reaches a 0.19 on this device. I have it at 70 watts, and my volts is 3.74 to fire this device. It was reading as 0.31, and the volts, it was almost to 6. So we're talking about double the volts. So I turned it down to where I knew the voltage had to be. It was down to 40 watts. I'm like saying I could fucking fire the coil. So that's a consumer thing. Consumer report. Don't buy Rx300s. They suck. And you go through fucking 2 of them in less than 3 years with the same fucking issue, one with the firmware upgrade and one without. It ain't you. It ain't you. So I will be probably unmirroring those batteries. Research that, see if I can save the batteries. The batteries are good. The batteries only have probably about 2 weeks of use on them, combined with how much I used it, you know. Maybe 3. Let's go with 3. But yeah, no. Wismec definitely fucked up that one on the Rx300. Did not do that one right. There are other devices? Maybe. This Presso switcher, amazing. Vapepresso, Vupu, iJoy. iJoy is connected to Wismec, but I've had the Captain for a while. Love the Captain. Never had any issues with it. The Aegis. Let's just have a fucking full thing. Aegis Legend kills your fucking batteries. It's got I believe it's got what I've been told is a parasitic draw. That term is from Jay Hayes, actually. It when you leave it, just set it down, give it 2 days, your battery life dies. And it's at least with the 3 people I know, including myself, that have that device, the screen turns on by itself, but it doesn't. It's just the flash, like a backlight, but that will turn on by itself if you don't watch it right. You click a button, it goes off. No display, it's just the backlight goes on, and it just fucking kills your batteries. I had full batteries in there for about 5 days, and I got it to my car and they were at half. Your best devices I've experienced, Vupu Drag 2. Mind you, the Vupu paint, I made that video. I'm pretty sure I uploaded it. Vupu Drag 2 paint and 1 paint sucks. So, but this top cap on those bog lips, I dropped and it doesn't have a single ding in it. Like, it was in my mouth and I was dripping and it fucking just dropped out, and yeah, not bad. Yeah, when you got cornbread pudding in there for 2 days, this is what your cotton looks like. Fresh cotton yesterday morning. Still tastes good. That's what's weird as hell to me. But yeah, I have the lanyard attached to mine, so that way I can just, I'm driving, I don't have to worry about putting it in a pocket or not. But yep, I figured it's a good 15-minute video here. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm going to title this video. All I know is that I get bored sometimes and I'm like, hey, let's talk to YouTube, give people some advice. I ended up getting this with tax money. I try not to buy too many devices anymore. That's why my repartee is not as extensive as some of the other people are talking about vaping, but still enjoy vaping. There we go, cornbread pudding. Now this stuff is dark as shit, but I've seen bottles that are a lot lighter. So I'm wondering if they either changed the recipe or if this is old as hell from where I bought it. Because I bought a bottle from a different place in a different town, and it's very, very lighter, almost see-through. This is almost black. It still tastes good, so can't talk shit about that. I definitely like not straight cornbread pudding. Just probably older. But as you can see, I'm killing that bottle to get to a lighter juice. So I have to change my cotton every 2 seconds. So, well, YouTube, it's been fun. So I'll catch you later, and hopefully I'll make more videos. You get into a period where I just don't know what to talk about. You know, I just get puzzled, and if I want to do some of the like current event stuff, like I don't get all the facts. Sometimes I just don't care. You know, and you get people's fucking opinions and stuff. And I've had a couple comments on my channel, nothing bad, which I appreciate. I don't get any trolls on my channel. I'm lesser known. I think I got like 3 subscribers, but for you 3, thank you. Bye.